Oh. Oh. Well, I'm sure you've gathered by now that this is a birth vlog. This is the same dress that I've worn every single time that I go into labor with the kids. And I like it because I don't have to wear the gown if I don't want to, but it's also just memories. I'm 40 weeks and 6 days, so I don't know if I'll give birth today or at 41 weeks. Just kind of depends. I'm going in at 3 centimeters dilated, which I've never been that far along before when I've started labor. I've always been 1 centimeter, and then the next time was a 0.5 centimeter. And for those labors, they were 22 and 20 hours. And to get from 1 centimeter to 3 centimeters for me took 9 hours. So I'm not sure how much time I have left on this one. It could be about the same. It could be 20 hours. It could be less. I don't know. All I know is these contractions are really intense. I can't be around anyone. I don't want anyone talking to me. I don't want any noise. I want to be left alone. And that's like a pretty good sign that like it might be time to go in, especially because I need the antibiotics for being GBS positive. Now, the only thing that creates a little bit of doubt in my mind is that when I was 42, I went into the hospital thinking I was in labor. I knew they weren't the intensity that they needed to be for birth yet, but they were 2 to 3 minutes apart coming. They came for 17 hours. For 17 hours, I was in labor and I just never progressed. So I was just waiting for them to switch to that intensity. But I went in because that switch can happen in one contraction and I need the antibiotics for GBS. So, whatever your feeling is on that, it doesn't really matter. They found it in my urine when I had a UTI at 8 weeks pregnant. So it's gotta happen. Okay, there's another contraction coming. You saw me eating those breakfast tacos, and that's because when I get into labor, I don't really like to eat. I feel kind of nauseous. So I wanted to make sure I had like some good protein, good fat, and like some carbs on me to avoid feeling even more sick. But I think this is a little blurry. My in-laws just got here to take care of the kids, which is just such a blessing. And my kids just adore them. It's so nice. I feel like as soon as they got here, I don't know what happened, but it was just this like calm over me. I think because the kids are taken care of now, I know they're good. We can head to the hospital. And my contractions went from 5 minutes apart to 2 minutes apart. So that's where I'm at right now. Intensity level, I'd probably say like a 6 to 7 out of 10 for like the first half of the contraction. They're lasting about a minute long. So we're about to head in. I'm going to take my last bump photo and I have another contraction coming right now. So I'm still contracting currently at this moment, but I've come down enough that I can start to talk through it. I know I have still a little bit of time, but you have to get the antibiotics within like 4 hours of giving birth. So that's the main thing that's like pushing me to go there. Also, it might be kind of nice to have a little bit of peace and quiet while I am laboring. But I've been in labor for about, I'm going to call it like 5.5 hours right now. I woke up a little bit throughout the night with the contractions, and then woke up early this morning and I was like, I think this might be it. I was already having to breathe through them as I woke up at like 6 a.m. So it is 11 o'clock right now, right? I think I saw that it's 11 o'clock. And we're gonna head into the hospital. I told them I'd be there by noon. We'll see. That's kind of where we're at. Baby number 3 has taken the longest to get here out of all 3 babies now. I can't believe we might be having a baby today. Like, that's just literally wild. The only bummer news about that is that Derek is sick. So he's running a fever Well, I don't know if he's still running a fever. He was last night. And there's another contraction coming. Oh, but he says he just doesn't feel very good. So, okay, still contracting, but I can talk for a second because these are coming closer and closer together. That was only about a minute apart. I lost a huge, probably all of my mucus plug by now. I lost a ton of it last night in the middle of the night when I got up to pee. And then the past 2 days I've been losing just chunks of it. Huge. So, but my water has not broken yet. I'm not seeing any bloody show or anything like that. I actually never got that with either of my other two, so I wasn't really expecting that. But okay, let's go into the hospital. I gotta remember to grab my phone charger, but other than that, everything is packed and ready to go. I'm just walking around our room as I'm having contractions. They just checked me, but look, like this just makes me so excited. Diapers, wipes, a little baby bassinet. Oh, can't wait. So like I said, I'm like 6.5 hours into labor now. I am a 4 to 5, which is amazing. I'm so excited. I'm about to have another contraction. 70% effaced and station -2. So we got a ways to go, but I am just so happy to be progressing after what happened like a couple days ago. It's definitely a relief. So, oh. Also, the panda warmer. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. So this is baby. Oh no. This is baby's heart rate. And then this is my contractions. So nothing's really happening right now, but you can see here, these are my contractions. They're going up and, you know, whatever. And then this is where they're tracking baby's heart rate, I guess, but I kind of lost the monitor there for a second. That one was kind of light. Oh. I wonder if it's because of the extra fluid. Oh. Oh. Little update on where we're at. I have my IV in. Antibiotics are going. I've almost gone through a whole bag of it, which is great. And I'm just waiting for the epidural to come by. I decided to get an epidural this time. I'm not sure how far along I am, but here comes another one. Well, here's where we are at. I got the epidural and I got it at 5 centimeters. So I am currently still 5 centimeters, at least when they last checked me, I was. 5 centimeters. I've been in labor for 10 hours, almost 10 hours, 9 hours, something like that. And I am 90% effaced, bulging bag of water. I asked them not to break it. I would just like to see if it breaks on its own. And let's see what else. I still have to get another bag of antibiotics. That'll probably happen in about an hour and a half or something like that. You have to have like a certain amount of time in between each bag of antibiotics, but you want to get at least 2 doses in before baby comes. So that's why it's always like a gamble when you're coming in and you have your GBS positive, because you have to have enough time to get the antibiotics before baby. Otherwise, it just results in a longer hospital stay because they have to make sure that baby is showing no signs of catching the GBS basically. So I'm laying here, I have the epidural, and I feel like I could take a nap. I just feel so relaxed, and I'm so glad I got it. I'm glad I got to feel labor again, but it was starting to it was just enough for me. So I said, epidural time. I have my IV right here in my hand. She did a great job. One of my veins blew on this hand, but it honestly doesn't hurt too much, which, okay. They took my labs. Labs all look normal. And what was the other thing? I am 5 centimeters, 90% effaced, which is great. And -2 station still. But again, this was all checked like an hour ago, so I'm not sure where I'm at now. Seems like the epidural was placed great because it's all working. I can still move my toes a little bit. I still have a little bit of feeling, but not too much. I can't feel the contractions. Anytime that I want more, I can just press this button, but it locks you out at some point too. It's kind of like hooked up to my whole IV over here. And I'm just having like the best experience so far. My nurses have been fabulous. I've only had one nurse, but that must be a big contraction because I can feel the pressure of that. I've only had one nurse, but then another nurse had come in to help her, and they were so sweet. They were so nice. And I've told you guys this before, but like great nurses make all the difference. So anyway, shift change is going to be in about 2 hours for the providers, and my provider might be the one delivering me because she comes on in 2 hours. And I highly doubt that I'm going to progress all the way in 2 hours. And I kind of hope I don't, so that I can get that other bag of antibiotics. You can refuse the antibiotics for being GBS positive. You can refuse anything you want to. When you're in a hospital, you don't have to take anything that they're telling you to. You want to do your research on it, and hopefully you have a provider that you can trust who is telling you or advising you on what to do. I have taken the antibiotics every time, and there's just a higher risk. Like, I wasn't thinking about not getting the antibiotics this time, but if I was, I would still get them this time because there's a higher risk if they find the GBS in your urine. There's a higher risk for baby. So, and they did find it in my urine when I was 8 weeks pregnant with this baby. I can't believe I was 8 weeks pregnant. I still remember that like it was yesterday, and now I am 40 and 6. That's nuts. So I'm assuming I'm going to give birth today. It's almost 3 p.m. But if not, then I will be 41 tomorrow. And it would probably be in the wee early mornings or the early morning hours if I gave birth tomorrow. Baby's doing good. Derek is doing good. On my last birth vlog, a lot of people, I hesitate to even add this in here, but there were a lot of negative comments, and I deleted every single one of them on my husband. Please don't leave any kind of comments like that. My husband is incredible. You have no idea the story, and people were just making outrageous assumptions. Like, you probably saw me contracting and him just sitting behind me. I asked for nobody to touch me and nobody to talk to me. I did not want to be touched, did not want to be talked to. I was the same way when I was still laboring at home. I was feeling overstimulated when these contractions were coming, so I did not want any kind of help. He also has to work today, so he is working. But just to give you a little backstory, he's on a work call right now. So how about we just praise the Lord that I have a great supportive husband and family, and a husband who works hard for our family. That would be good. The kids are with Grandma and Grandpa, and it was so much less work having to just call them and be like, can you be here in 30 minutes? And they were like, yep. Rather than last time they had to fly out and we had to like guess on which day I was going to go, and et cetera, et cetera. So I also forgot to update on how Derek is feeling. Derek is feeling awesome. Well, not awesome, but he's feeling a lot better. which is great. We love to see any kind of improvement, and he's not running a fever today, which is praise the Lord. Because I even said last night, I was like, I've been ready to get this baby out since 2 weeks ago, and now I'm like, please don't. Leave this baby in me as long as you will, Lord, so that my husband can get better. But it seems like he's doing a lot better. It is now about 3:30. I can see my face starting to fill out how it does this every time with labor for me, and my fingers, because they're putting so many fluids into you. My face just tends to swell. So I just got my bladder emptied. They don't do a catheter here, like for the whole time of your epidural, which has been kind of nice. Not that you can really feel it, but they emptied my bladder, so that's all good. The epidural, so I had pressed the button on the epidural because I was misunderstanding what it does. I thought that like the epidural goes and runs its course, and then you have to press it for another dose. It's constantly running, so you would just add to that dose as it's constantly running. I didn't realize that. So I had pressed the button, and it made my blood pressure drop to about like 75/40. So I was feeling lightheaded, seeing spots. So they came in and gave me a dose of, can't even remember what it's called now. I feel like it starts with an F. Something to make your blood pressure come back up a little bit. So now, finally, about 30 minutes after that happened, I'm sitting at 102 over, what'd you say? 102 over what?
57.
57?
Yeah.
102 over 57. So still low a little bit, but we are looking better. So they had laid me back to check me because they were saying that my contractions are not close enough together. Is that how they explained it? Something like that, which can sometimes mean that the baby's position is like not great. And if I had stopped progressing, like we were going to need to do some stuff. So they did just put me in a peanut ball. I'll have to show you that in a second. But we are progressing. I'm 100% effaced. I am 6 centimeters, but she said I could stretch it to a 7 easily. And still -2 station, but that's okay. Baby will start to come down. And we're just trying to get some better positioning on baby because I guess the contraction issue is signaling that like baby may not be in the best position to come out of the birth canal. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna try and take a little nap. I've got the peanut ball in me. I'm a little bit itchy, which is why I keep itching. That's a side effect of like the epidural. So in about 25 minutes here, I'm gonna get another dose of antibiotics. So I'm hoping things don't move too quickly until then. I also have about an hour and a half until my provider comes on. I'd be fine if this provider delivers me as well. I really like her. I'd be fine with either of them. So either way, it's a win-win. Derek is working and we're just relaxing, and I'm gonna take a nap because I am tired. So this, what you're looking at, this is the peanut ball. This is the head of the peanut ball, and my leg is right here. Can you kind of see that? So I'm kind of propped up on my side a little bit, and we've got the peanut ball in between my legs. My other leg is down here. And then in a little bit, we will switch it and go to the other side, just giving baby room to kind of move around. It's a lot harder to get baby into the right position when you have an epidural because you're losing that movement, which is the best thing for baby to get in position. I got a lot of comments last time asking why I was so calm and if this is how birth always looks. For me, yes, because I get an epidural. When you get an epidural, also the low blood pressure combined with that is making me really tired. So it's very calm and just like I'm about to fall asleep, you know? That's kind of what it is with an epidural. If you're giving birth without medication, it's not necessarily like this. But I wouldn't know. I've never done that. I enjoy the epidural. So that's why it looks so calm. It's also how you take it. If what you're worried about or your nerves or whatever, but the epidural does definitely help with that. It is now 4:11. I was almost asleep, kind of. My body kept twitching to wake me back up. I don't know, it wouldn't let me sleep, but my water just broke everywhere. And that was the weirdest feeling ever. Baby was twisting and moving. I could feel them kind of flinching, and then all of a sudden I heard and felt a pop, and it went. And I'm still in that peanut ball position, where like the peanut ball is in between my legs, but heard and felt a pop, and then it ran all down my leg, and it's still leaking. Of course it leaks for a while, but it was meconium stained. So she said, my nurse said that it's really light, so she's not worried about it. But are you bored of my in bed updates yet? This is just where I'm at. I haven't really moved because I can't, because of the epidural. But okay, we're gonna have a baby soon. Hello from my bed. I am just sitting here editing, and I need to add something in here. No, this is not the end of the birth vlog, but I did forget a really important piece in here because everything moved so quickly after this. So my water broke, and they did not check me when my water broke. My nurse came in, she cleaned me up, and then she said, basically from here, we just go based on how you feel. So call me when you feel pressure. She left the room. This all happened at 4:11 p.m. So she left the room, and then I immediately called 30 seconds later, and I said, I'm feeling a lot of pressure down in my butt. And she came back in and she said, yep, that makes total sense. You are 10 centimeters. You're 100% effaced, and baby is like right there. I can see the head. So quickly we realized I did not have the second dose of antibiotics in me. So we needed to quickly get that in if we could. She said, if you can hold the baby in, great. We just won't start trying to push. Or actually, she was like, we can do a few practice pushes while you're doing the antibiotics. And I said, let's wait because I feel so much pressure down there. I feel like this is going to go kind of quickly. So we got the second dose of antibiotics in. They turned it up to go much faster into me, which if you've ever had the antibiotics for being GBS positive, they burn. So it was about 15-20 minutes of the antibiotics going in, and they decided to just set up the provider's like whole station right then and there. Usually they don't do that. They make you have a few practice pushes first, but you could pretty much already see baby's head starting to come down. So that is kind of where we're at right now, which is going to happen in the video now. And this is where I start pushing. Am I feeling one? I feel like yes.
You could be. Like it. Good job. Keep going. That's it. Good. There you go. Push. Good. Push. That's it. Good job. Good job. Keep going. That's good. Excellent. Right like that. And right back at it. One more just like that. That's it. Good. There you go. Good. We're working under that bone right now, okay?
So can you see baby's head?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ow, that's burning. I don't know why it's burning.
It's what's residually left in the line yet.
Okay.
It's going to be flowing in.
Okay, coming.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for it to kind of build up.
Okay. Just tell me when.
And just kind of use it. When you start to really feel more of that pressure and urge,
That one kind of went away.
yeah, sometimes we get those little vapors.
It's so hard to know because I feel like I'm not feeling the contractions up here at all. I'm feeling like I'm just feeling the pressure,
The pressure
to
of
push.
baby's head, yeah.
Adjust your monitor a little bit so you can pick them up a little bit better. That being said, you're still going to feel them. The cord will see them on the monitor.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a lag.
I think that's one.
Okay.
So go, keep going.
There you go, right down there. Excellent.
Good
All
job.
through that pressure.
Good job.
Good job. Keep going.
Breath when you need it. Great. That's it. Good job.
Yeah, baby staying right down there. Good job. Keep going. Deep breath. One more if you got it. Hardest one you got. Beautiful job.
I feel like I felt baby's head right there and then it went back in.
It's just a little bit, but it means we've gotten under that bone now. So probably with the next round of contractions.
I'm gonna undo this just a little bit so that we can put him or her skin to skin once they're born. Okay. And what we can do with this, if you
Oh, I think we'll have the baby out.
yeah,
I might feel some pressure. I think I do.
let's use it.
That's it.
Good
Great
job.
job.
Here we go.
Good. Push. Good.
Thank you.
Breath when you need it. Right. That's And push.
Good. There we go.
Oh.
Oh, oh, oh,
Great time.
oh, oh my goodness. Boy?
No.
No?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
Look at it.
It's a girl? Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is a girl.
Well, it's hard to tell with the cord in the way.
It
It is hard.
I was right. I was the only person right.
Yeah? Oh, you swallowed a lot of those little
Oh,
boogers,
no.
huh? Yes. Ew.
Oh my gosh.
Ew. You don't like those, huh? Work it out there, Peanut.
Do you need me to turn them? Or her? Them? I keep saying them because I didn't know what it was.
It's a her.
Hi. Oh, hi. Is she purple or no? Is that normal?
That's normal.
We're gonna take a look.
She's green.
That's it.
Oh, there we
Good
go.
price.
Oh, thank you. Did I tear?
A little bit.
A 2nd degree or no?
She sounds really good.
Oh,
I
good.
think we've just got a little first degree.
Okay.
I
Oh my
got a 3-0.
goodness.
Yeah.
Why isn't she crying?
Okay, she can take a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even have that bad of a cone head.
I think we need to clean up and cut, you guys. So that's gonna take that warmer and get
Okay.
a good look at it real quick, if
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah. Do whatever
I
you
want
want
to
to
do
do.
her job for a second here.
Oh.
I know.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it right there and take a good look at it.
Okay.
Just kind of wake up a little bit more. Sometimes that transition can be a little bit better.
She's a good size. Holy cow.
So this was going to be the
That's-
bigger one.
That's what we heard.
Which I think is why we had a little bit of a tear, but like I said, not nearly so bad, okay?
That was quick.
Yeah. See, it's a good thing we waited.
That was 10 minutes.
I think you pushed through 3 contractions? 3 or 4 contractions?
10 minutes? That's by far the fastest.
Oh.
Sorry.
Can I get postpartum kit started?
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's doing good.
Yeah.
She's doing really well.
Looking like
soon as she's like up here.
Another sassy girl, wouldn't you know?
Placenta's coming loose, okay?
Is it? Okay, good.
I'm just still working on the placenta, that's all.
Okay.
The placenta itself is out, it's just the little membranes that around baby.
Okay.
They just sometimes can be a little sticky to the wall, so we just slowly ease them out.
Okay.
That's all. Placenta's out.
Hello, I'm over here.
So we have 500 of amniotic fluid.
Say that again.
500 of amniotic fluid. And I'm gonna
Hello. So did she swallow the meconium or what?
Yeah, congratulations. Just delivered very quickly.
Yeah, I don't suspect aspiration. Those babies tend to get pretty symptomatic.
Last guess on how much she is. 8'2".
how much acid on her weight?
They were 7'2" and 7'4".
And
She was 8'8".
8'8".
I was gonna guess
Oh
8'9".
my gosh.
All right, so we are at 700 now.
She's 21 inches long.
Oh, good
What's her chest? 34.
Oh yes. Skinny diet.
The light. Angled a little bit. I'm just gonna let you do the repair if you don't mind. I just put the yeah.
You just missed it by like 5 minutes.
I know. We had to wait to push because she was like she had to get her second one. Yeah.
I was.
You did great. I don't know that it went all the way through that muscle, so probably not nearly the recovery that you had with the first one. Okay.
Okay, good.
So you'll just keep ice on it. And I'm glad we got that dose of antibiotics in.
Me too.
That's why we waited.
Like,
We're
literally
like,
a minute.
okay, push it in a little faster. Let's get
You know, like
the
Logan?
dose in. We did.
Like Logan?
We did.
He said she looks just like him.
Like them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And tomorrow you'll have a full room.
No full room tomorrow. Yeah.
The entire family lives here.
Everyone's coming tomorrow. Congratulations, guys. You did amazing, Rachel. Good job. She's worth the wait, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Do you want this?
Cute little, look at that chunky face.
I know.
Hello, sweetness.
As you can see, we are home now. We've been home for about a week. She's about a week old. We left after 24 hours, and I literally can't even believe that I'm saying she. A couple of details that I feel like maybe got missed along the way. One, she was 8 pounds, 8 ounces, like a pound and a half bigger than all the other kids that we have had. But she was also a week late, so take that for what you will. I love her cheeks. They are just the most scrumptious thing. We did not name her for, I think, a good 24 hours after birth, and the name that we chose, which I will be putting on my Instagram later today or tomorrow, somewhere in there, was not even on our list. So can't wait to share that as well and the story behind that. This postpartum is going great. When she came out, so I pushed for only 10 minutes and she came out. It was a very quick birth. So she swallowed some of that, I want to say it was the meconium amniotic fluid. She didn't end up having any in her lungs, but you can see they take her off my chest pretty quickly. That was a bummer. I really wanted her to have that extended cord blood time for that, and I feel like the decision was maybe a little rushed just looking back at it, but I also understand that in the moment all we're trying to do is get baby breathing and crying. The only reason I feel like it was rushed is because even looking back, I'm like, she was already kind of crying on my chest. But they just wanted to make sure that she was okay, and I'm glad that they took every precaution needed. They did a little blow-by of oxygen is what they call it, where they basically just put oxygen on the baby for a couple of, basically for her, it was literally less than 5 seconds and they realized she was okay. So that is a blessing. She came out, she's totally fine. The kids have been loving her. And I'm trying to think of what else. I had a 2nd-degree tear, and this recovery, even though I had a 2nd-degree tear with Logan, has been so different. It's been, I hesitate to even say easy, but way easier compared to his, that's for sure. I did not tear with Isla, so I was really hoping not to tear with her, but I think I tore because she came out so quickly and because she was so much bigger than the other two. The entire labor from start to finish was 11 and a half hours, which was also my shortest labor that I've ever had. That was much quicker as well, so things really ramped up and sped up as soon as I got that epidural. Everything went in the course of 2 hours. The other births that I've had were 22 and 20 hours, so 11 and a half hours is very fast for me. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Can you remember any details that were exciting or fun?
You pooped your pants.
He says I pooped. I did not. I'm like, we have it all on camera. I would know if I pooped, but did not poop. I don't think she had the cord wrapped around her head or anything like that. And anyway, we have a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and thank you guys for watching. I love looking back on these, so I'm so glad that we have this on camera. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.